Hey guys, this is Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, the Neo Scholar. You already know the thing. Let's just kind of get to it. We are doing another One Piece discussion video. So, if you are excited to talk about Usopp's nothing happened moment, yeah, you heard me. Usopp has a nothing happened moment. And where did that moment happen? It happened in volume 5, chapter 40, Usopp's pirate crew, and that's we're going to talk about it. Okay, let's go. So, as we're wrapping up volume 5, and I'm getting more comfortable doing discussion videos. When I see something that we need to talk about and go in further detail, we're going to be over here doing discussion videos on the chapter. So I'm so excited. We're finally on volume 6. So if you're watching this now, I'll probably already started the first chapter in volume 6, or it will be releasing around the same time. But um, yeah, we're starting to build on this. So we started off with Romance Dawn. We went into Fuchsia Village. That's where Romance Dawn happened, where Luffy is. And then we met Zoro, I think at Shell's Town. Then we met Nami at Orange Town with Buggy. And now we're at Syrup Village, right? And we're building the foundation of the Straw Hat Pirates. And we ended the volume at the Baratier, now getting Sanji and going through that moment. So it was, I wasn't going to talk about it because I wasn't trying to do some clickbait shit, but I was just very wowed going through this manga again from the beginning that Usopp foreshadowed Zoro's nothing happened moment before it even happened. Now, I'm not going to spoil that moment in Thriller Bark. And if you don't know what Thriller Bark is, basically where we get Brooke. Because we're going to let that happen. That was chapter by chapter. But I wanted to talk about it because, one, from a writing standpoint, that you foreshadowed something that happened that was so impactful later down the line. So my first question is, I'm just even, I'm spitballing, and then we'll go to the text and I'll read it to you. I think Zoro heard him say that. When I read it, I'll confirm. So did he get that from Usopp, God Usopp, about nothing happened? Of course, that's Zoro's character, but it's very interesting that he just nonchalantly said nothing happened. I really love this, love this manga. So I think we should just open the discussion with talking about just reading it to you. So like I said, it's going to be on chapter 40. And this is after we took out the Django, right? And so Usopp is talking to the Usopp pirates and Kaya, and I feel like Zoro's somewhere around here, right? Yeah. Zoro has to be somewhere around here, right? So Usopp says, can we keep this a secret? Everything that happened here. Why would you want to keep that a secret? You Your mother got really sick and ill. Everybody in the village knows your mother. They know your father's a pirate. They don't probably know he went with Shanks, but they know you're basically an orphan. And you started shouting these lies daily as the morning rooster, first to make your mother smile, but then we find out it was grief. So for the one chance where you can get some redemption from the very village that you're with, and we know they love them because when Usopp didn't come that one time, they were looking for him, and they're like, "Man, we're maybe a little too hard on him," because they know what he's been through. But let me keep reading. A secret? Why? Why would we want to do that? We fought hard to save the village. We fought hard to save the village. Everyone will love you. You'll be the village hero. So they're kids, but what they don't know, everyone in the village already loves Usopp. He's like the annoying little kid. He's the Roger. He's the Roger. If you know what Sister is, go home, Roger. Usopp is the Roger of One Piece on Silver Syrup Village. Okay? Well, I shouldn't say the Roger of One Piece, because there is a Roger. But he's the go home Roger of Syrup Village. You'll be a village hero. And Usopp became that village hero, which is crazy. I'm sure after they saw his bounty poster, which we're going to get those bounty posters at the Arlon Park. But yeah, and I'm sure for damn sure after the time skip, he's a village hero. Kai says, Usopp, they should know what you did. They should know about the Calidor situation, about how potentially could have killed Kaya's parents, that he was trying to kill Kaya, brainwash her to take the fortune. They should know that. I agree with Kaya. What I did, who'd believe the town liar saved the day? Anyway, that's history. No need to worry the townsfolk. So when he actually was telling the truth, he wants to be looked at as a lie. You know, that shows we're going to continue going on, but that shows how much love he has for his village. And what he realized is that pirates actually coming to the Syrup village because they're not an army. They don't have devil fruits. They don't have hockey. They have all these powers. They're going to be really scared. So if they found out that a hat dressing up pirate crew is going to slaughter them all, they might not sleep easy anymore. And Usopp doesn't want that because they took care of the problem. And that was just a one-off situation because of Calidor. And I'm sure everyone that's there is not going to bring trouble. He doesn't want to bring that worry. This attack was unusual. Pirates hardly ever bother to raid out of the way villages like ours. That knowledge makes everyone here feel safe. So that is the culture of these out of the way villages, right? I love that he said that. Pirates hardly ever bother to raid out of the way villages like ours. And I like how he made that point because he's like, why disturb the peace with a one off situation? Just so I can have my pride, so I can feel great about myself? No, no. I know what I did. And I need to make sure, as a brave warrior, as I want to be, as that's what I want to do, I need to start today. Why ruin their peace of mind? Usopp says. Why ruin their peace of mind? I agree with him. I mean, you have to think about it. Usopp's been here his whole life. This is his family. And his family was almost killed and slaughtered. What would have happened? Calidor probably would have slaughtered the whole village. You saw he was going to take out his own crew. So what did he would do to the villagers? You think he was just would have just blended in? No, he probably would have slaughtered everybody, especially if he felt like he was getting onto him and to his plans. So then Kaya says, nothing happened. It was just another of Usopp's lies. Oh, Usopp. So that's why this is Usopp's nothing happened moment. Because and Kaya's heart is broken. I understand Usopp. You want to protect everyone. Kai doesn't agree. She's sweating. She's probably crying. She feels sorry for him. But that shows that Usopp has completed his journey of being a brave warrior, and he's always had it. And so I think Usopp's journey is not about becoming a brave warrior. It's about believing in being a brave warrior. Because when the chips were down, he's dependable because Zoro, all he had to do was slice the branch. so Usopp could get a clear shot, and he took it while second guessing. And what you will see through this whole manga, when the chips are down, Usopp's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." I love Usopp. Usopp then tells Kaya and the Usopp Pirates, "I can't force you, but please." And then the Usopp Pirate says, "I'll do it if that's what's best for the village. I'll do it too. Me too. I'll carry our secret to the grave." And later in the chapter, we see the Usopp Pirates yelling, "The pirates are coming, the pirates are coming, the pirates are coming." Continues the legacy of Usopp yelling, "The pirates are coming, the pirates are coming, the pirates are coming." I didn't even think about that. I just said it. But like, because of this moment, they saw how brave their captain was. That they understood maybe the pirates are coming brought them peace of mind, always kept them on guard. Not saying something's going to happen, but maybe brought the villagers peace, maybe some comedy, something to talk about. I mean, this is just like if you're like, what? Sorry, Wisconsin. Like in the middle of Wisconsin, that ain't happening. One of the flyover states. So this is this like Susanville, California. Only reason I know that because my uncle lives there. Nothing's there. So this is the cat's meow. Pirates coming, the pirates coming, the pirates coming. Back to Kaya saying nothing happened. And from Kaya's perspective, Usopp has been coming to her house daily, daily, telling her lies. And what if he's doing that, of course, to make her feel better, but she laughs at his lies, laughs at his stories, loves his stories. Who do you think that reminds him of? His mother. Hopefully, Usopp and Kaya at the end of this journey get together because sometimes you marry people like your parents. Hopefully, a positive version of your parents, but some of those qualities, right? You try to find positive people, right? And from Kai's perspective, this man, as I've been sick, because I think Calidor has been, poisoning her, but that didn't happen. She was just very stressed and going through a lot. But she's looking at the man that she's falling in love with in my head canon, right? As his girlfriend. And like that was the moment that I think Kaya fell for Usopp. Theorizing there. We don't know that they're together. But she took it and like it to him. I know she did. Yeah. Because he's not just not a little snot nosed kid no more. That's just making me laugh. I know he's a warrior. And that's why she said, I need to become a doctor. Maybe something she's always wanted to would have done. But she was very sick, right? Usopp's mother died of a sickness. And Usopp is now a pirate. Maybe she wants to heal and be there for him. So maybe if someone's in those same positions, again, and I'm making it real deep, but it's let's say they do become husband and wife later on in the series, and she becomes this great doctor. Now she's able to be the healer for Usopp that Usopp needed when he was a child. Because in the child they needed a healer, but apparently there was no doctor that could have cured One Piece mom sickness. But I really love how Oda in this story really took this micro story of this section in Syrup Village and made it so impactful. And reading this now, knowing that nothing happened, and then later nothing happened, something happened. And this shows good writing. Not only the fight scenes, but it's everything. That's why I can go back. I think we're 1,151 right now. I can go back or 50 and start from chapter one and enjoy it because it didn't click then. And it says a lot about the the children, the youth, the new next generation looking up to Usopp. You already made it, Usopp. You're already good enough. And my gripe with everything, because I'm caught up, I just want everyone to get power ups while we're on Elbath, especially Usopp because he's been excited to get to Elbath. But I need the whole crew to step it up. And we'll talk about this because I'm gonna make a discussion video when we get to that point. My favorite thing about this manga is when they say, especially Usopp and Nami talk, they're like, we're the normal people here and we gotta get stronger. And I think it's time for the crew to step it up. But as far as now, it's just compiles. Is that a word? Compiles? Compounds on each other. And I love that the Usopp Pirate continues that tradition. And in my head canon, as the story goes on, I think the kids go to see Kaya weekly, right? They're doing chores, they're helping out. Kaya probably makes sure their parents are good. She's looking after kids, her and Mary. Right. I think so. You know, maybe it's Onion. When oh no, they do talk about what they want to do. One wants to do a tavern. Hold on, what they want to be. Hold on. I forgot there, but they have their own dreams. But I like to think that Kaya sat there and looked after the kids as they go. Kaya, will you? Kaya says, I will. Nothing happened. And, after that, the kids go back, right, to their parents. And Zoro left the scene, went back to Luffy and Nami. Zoro went back to the scene. Usopp went back too. After that conversation. I like this part too. Without you, I couldn't have saved the village. And they're all doing the nothing happened. What are you talking about? It was all you. You made me, as Zoro said. Luffy's like, me too. Nami's like, who cares about the village? We got the treasure. Having survived all this, I made a decision. So I just think, oh, I found it. Okay. So I'll talk about it. Just the section I just read with the four straw hats. And Nami, Luffy, and Zoro just being like, hey, that was all you, bro. You won this one. That's so cool. And I love how no one has an ego. This was Usopp's arc, and he proved himself to be a great pirate. And they had a great bond. Ah, let's continue. What did you say? This is Mary and Kaya talking. After such a harrowing ordeal, you want to pretend that nothing happened, Mary says? Will you do it? What a big hearted young man. He thinks that would be best for the villagers. Do you agree with him, Miss Kaya? If Usopp will do it, I'll do it, Kaya says. Very well. I'll back you up all the way, Mary says. And Mary, I have one more request. I think by Usopp showing that bravery, encourage Kai to easily give him the ship. Like, here you go. Because this is my way to help you on the journey. This is the piece of me. We'll later find out what happens to the ship. We later find out the attachment. It's crazy because I didn't even think about it, but I want to go over the Usopp Pirate's dreams. Usopp talks to, so after this nothing happened moment, let's just talk about it. Captain Usopp, what did you want to tell us? Listen up, my mighty pirates. You men fought bravely against Kairos raiders. You brought honor to the name of Usopp's pirates. As your captain, I'm very proud. 5 years ago, when you were 4 years old, we formed our pirate brotherhood. This has been our most glorious hour, which makes it all the harder for me to say this. I'm going off to sea alone. I'm going to become a real pirate. You're not going alone, Usopp. And so I want this. It's crazy how the kids are inspired by Usopp, but Usopp was inspired by the kids. What, Captain? Those three young pirates inspired me. I'm leaving this village. And so I think to wrap up this video, I want to highlight the three things because I said earlier, I was like, wait, what if they're helping? I feel like Kaya also is going to help the kids. So the kids' dreams are to write novels, to be a master carpenter, and to run a tavern, right? So this is carrot, onion, and pepper. Okay. And that's how you know I really going to love these people. So let's see. Onion wants to write novels. So it'd be like Oda. Carrot wants to run a tavern. So he's probably working at the tavern on the summer during summer school. And Pepper wants to be a master carpenter. He might be the one that actually goes off to sea and be a shipwreck. Is it shipwreck? A shipwright engineer. So we have a happy ending. Kaya's becoming a doctor, and the kids are running every morning and involved into the Go Home Roger trio. And Kaya and the kids, they're hanging out weekly. She's checking on them, making sure the family's good, making sure they're, you know, helping out around the house, maybe help around the mansion. He wants to write novels, maybe help doing some writings with Kaya, you know, making sure one of them's working at the tavern, maybe making the other one work around the house to learn some carpenter. And at the end, he says, I hereby declare Usopp Pirates disbanded. And that's Usopp's nothing happened moment. We're going to continue doing these discussions. And in the comments, if you feel like something you really want to talk about and you're passionate about it, make sure you put it down there at the end of a chapter review. And then I can make a discussion about that. I'll put it in my idea. I have like a full notes. But we're about to hit volume 6. I went out and bought the next 6 volumes. Um, I love this story, y'all. And I want to say we're on our way to 500 subscribers. And I'm so happy. We started this journey in February, seriously. And this One Piece and Pokemon journey, the One Piece quest to finish, I'm going to do every chapter. And then my Pokemon dream to go to nationals and win a regionals. So thank you for being here. I appreciate every single person that's watching this video. I mean, y'all are amazing. Y'all are showing up, showing out. And the reason I'm able to put out so much content is because of y'all. Make sure you check the live streams out. Make sure you check the short form out. Make sure you check the Instagrams, the description, the newsletter, the community posts. Please interact with me. We're going to be here a long time. And I didn't think when I started this journey, I was going to have so much fun. And I was going to actually find people that were my people, right? This is just us. We're over here. We're not being Hollywood. We're not being glitz and glam. Hey, I'm just a dude in the room that like Pokemon and One Piece. And that's, hey, nothing happened. This is Usopp's One Piece discussion. Nothing happened. See you later. Remember, we can rebuild, we can adapt, we can win. We, meaning me and you, can achieve our hopes and dreams. Keep analoging, and I'll see you at another discussion.
Yeah, alchemy. Welcome to the new syllabus, a scholar with the illest fit. Dr. Alchemist, M.F.A, that's the knowledge I exhibit. Creatures in this world, I call them my whole curriculum. Some for the battle, some for the bond, my analysis meticulous. I study them for profession, yeah, I gotta test and check them all. Yeah, I got